right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are playing Ultraviolet Grasslands tonight. We've been off for a while. When you play every other week and you miss a game, it just feels like forever. But we're back to our psychedelic caravan squad, who convince people to go on missions with them and then let them get melted and turned into skeletons and whatever. So yeah, lots of things like that. So the journey of crackers continues if you've been watching us from the beginning. But we'll do a summary and then we'll dust off the cobwebs and figure out if we remember what we were doing and how to play the game. But we'll start by introducing who everyone is playing. Because it has been a while, so let's dive back into who these characters are. A lot of them are weird. All of them are weird. One of them, well, two of them are, all of them are homicidal. So the first up, Joe, who are you playing?
I am Joe with the Defenders of Kobold, and I am playing Ensen, the Musclemancer, who casts all of his spells by flexing and manipulating his muscles.
And I told you 5 minutes ago, you got kidnapped at the end of the last episode, so we'll dive into that.
Apparently.
I forgot to tell you to make a new character, so it's gonna be awkward. You're just gonna hang out for a bit. It's fine. Just talk and chat.
That's fine.
That's cool. Yeah. Next up, Melissa, who are you? Who are you playing?
So I play Satrap 956 Lamb, Spectrum Satrap. She's got an orange suit. She's got Phil, her many finger monkey lizard that lives in the pouches of her suit, is pretty good at pickpocketing. She got to pull out her rainbows and unicorns skill within the last couple of sessions and do a little light show, and yeah, fun stuff. She is theoretically a revolutionary. I haven't quite figured out how to be revolutionary with her, but she's fun.
Okay.
Just living is revolutionary.
Yeah. Satraps are they're weird creatures. They're weird because there's no guarantee about what they are underneath their suits. They could be people, they could be robots, they could be amalgamations of both. Who knows? But lots of weird things going on underneath.
Two
it could be nothing.
in a trench coat.
It could be two goblins. All these things are possible, but we don't know yet. Next up, we got Bert. Bert, who are you playing?
Hey, I'm Bert from Steam, Steel, and Murder. I'm playing Khalil Abu, your Safranian coffee pusher. Yeah, I'm also a part-time medic. And I've got this animated furry kite that I'm just calling Larry.
It's Larry now? Okay,
His
I got
name's
it.
Larry. I had to change his name after the last time. It just seemed more fitting.
Larry the Kite.
The chitinous furry kite.
Chitinous furry kite.
And I will push coffee on you.
Sure, you will. You also were responsible for just poisoning 12 people at a cult once. So it was great.
I will push poisonous coffee on you.
Yeah. Hey, it was effective. That's all that matters.
I even helped a little bit. Just a little bit. All
right, bottom row, we've got our resident snot bubble, Chuck.
Hey, that's me. I'm a snot bubble. I'm a snot bubble named Tango Carne. I'm a blue ultra ghost. I think I got a new meat suit last time. I stole somebody's body, but I don't.
I think you did too. Yeah, we'll say you got.
He deserved it.
You deserved it.
There we go. I'm good with that. Yeah, everything's great. I'm a ghost, and I'm a terrible. If I was a person, I would be a terrible person. So it works out.
You used to be a terrible person. And it's not like you got better. It's just you stopped being a person.
Right.
The terrible stuff's still there. Yeah.
Stopped being a person.
Yeah. Yep. And you're also one of the mind control artists in the group. And the other mind control artist is MSG. Jeremy, tell us about your character.
Yes, of course. I've been playing Mercutio Salvador Giovanni. I'm a cat lord of sorts. Sometimes I do a bit of mind control. I like to think I just bring out people's inhibitions, let them be their best selves. And I'm not a good human being, but I'm a wonderful cat. I do exactly what you would expect a cat to do if he had opposable thumbs.
Yeah.
And mind control.
Yeah. And you're like a big game hunter, right? Isn't that what you are? You're like a big sort of kind of. Yeah.
In theory, but you know,
theory.
things happen.
I mean,
Do
when
you
you're
carry
cat,
a gun?
everything's big.
Oh yeah, I actually have
Okay.
a rifle. I just when I used it during the fight, I could only roll 1 for damage. But in theory, I've got a big rifle.
Nice. Okay. That might be needed tonight. So figure we haven't played in a month. What better thing to jump back into the game with but combat? Yeah,
Of course.
you know, usually it's the best thing to jump back in with. And then finally we got our other satrap. We've got Teapot. Dan, tell us about Teapot.
Dan with the Defenders, Satrap 14 Teapot, and basically his thing is tech, really. I don't really care what you do with tech. I just like it to work.
Yeah. And you took one for the team a little bit as the last time around. You started doing some training to be a VEC repairman, as you all now have a bus basically, which is one of a segment of a centipede that needs maintenance, and Teapot is learning how to do that. Yeah.
The busipede.
Okay. So
Also
let's
the great cube.
yeah. So let's dive back in. I don't know how much all of you remember, but I'll try to do my best to summarize here. So you all are supposedly prophets of some deity known as the True Mother, and you've been sent west into the ultraviolet grasslands by your financier, Circle Angelo, and his various horned rat masters back in the Violet City. You are looking for how to ascend into the sky like the sky shamans of old. And during your trek across the Steppe of the Lime Nomads, one of the first large multi-week passageways from Violet City westward, you started to meet a few other people, and you recruited some folks into your caravan, including Crackers, who many people have already mentioned in the chat. But also you recovered an amnesiac Vomish queen that eventually turned into a polybody. And you also managed to almost recruit a giant alien megapede, and you were gifted like 1/3 of its segments that you can now use as this auto bus that the Teapot is going to keep in good shape. Now you also slaughtered a blue cult of the Rotten God, partially due to Khalil's quick thinking with some poisoned coffee, and then also mind control, naturally. The Vomish Queen and the 2/3 of the Megapede decided to join into one creature, and then burrowed quickly into kind of deep into the earth, because there were pressing needs of the Megapede for some reason, down at the core of the earth for who knows why.
Sure, nothing will come poorly of it.
Nope, nothing at all. Everything will be fun. Let's see. You got some spoils from that, and you decided that you were going to turn. You're kind of heading towards the Lavender Cliffs because you heard these rumors about like some kind of ultra city, but you eventually just turned around because you're running out of supplies. You had a bunch of spoils, and you decided to come towards the Porcelain Citadel. The Porcelain Citadel being kind of the major hub for the Porcelain Princes, one of the major factions in the game. On the trail to the Citadel, you encountered a group of travelers that were beset by carnivorous nettle plants. That was something of a ripoff of Tremors. And you decided to negotiate with them for their rescue, as heroes do. And because you spoke with someone by the name of Shepherd Centena Alpes. And also you met a sculptor by the name of Goria Ibieni. And the shepherd was kind of a blubbering, ineffectual whiner, so to speak.
Remember, he's the one that I took over.
Yes, he is the one that you have. You have the shepherd's antenna. Now that I'm reading it, I'm remembering it as well. And then the latter, the sculptor, was a very nice person, laughing all the time, and just seemed to be very obsessed with the notion that the world was going to end at the hands of the great tentacled Unity. But at least had good spirits about it. Eventually, you kind of got really close to the Porcelain Citadel, and you kind of crested this final ridge. You were about to come kind of down a slope towards it. You were able to see the massive ancient defense golems that just kind of laser incinerate anything that disrupts them within their radius, any kind of bad behavior. You suddenly received your second vision from the True Mother. That basically signals that a key, one of the things that you need to try to get up to the void above, is nearby, either within the grounds of the Citadel or in one of the discoveries that you might find bordering the area around the Citadel. And so the vision, if you've all forgotten, there was a herd, and this was all kind of mad-libbed together, a herd of malshapen but fairly majestic lions were prowling the swale before the Citadel while a massive beam of blue light, much like a giant lightsaber, shone down from the sky above. In the distance, there are sounds of children cheering and kazoos squawking, and there was the smell of charcoal and burning that was kind of wafting through the air. And there was a fairly foreign, distant memory of cubicle mundanity as this timely vision of a clerical work within some tall spire while the sounds and smells wafted through the air is kind of what all just started going through your minds. And you saw the mother kind of manifest there above the Citadel. So you know something's nearby. So then you got into the Citadel. You start doing a little odds and ends here and there. A lot of you need to heal, recover, try to do some buying and selling, some trading. Khalil spoke with Orange Mark II Duo and Jonky Bunko, who basically delivered a bunch of body parts that he had been carrying since the Violet City. Also was given a potential job offer to deliver more of that stuff, but you have to be punctual for the Purple Haze Body Snatchers. I think it was Chuck, as Tango Carney's new host, Shepard Centena, won a pie from a dancing contest, thinking that you were joining some kind of revolutionary movement, but in fact it was just a dance contest. But you won a pie, so that's awesome. You're very exhausted. Let's see, Teapot. Yeah, Teapot. You learned of a scientist by the name of Lazaro Romero, who can help you learn to become a mechanist, a Vec mechanic. I think some other people just did some salesman stuff and everything like that. And then finally we ended with the news, the shocking news, cliffhanger. I didn't realize it was going to be a 4-week cliffhanger, but yet here we are. That Ensen, your Musclemancer, was abducted by a group calling themselves the Jackals, led by someone named Seagal, who are after you because of apparently what you did with Crackers and kind of stealing him away from his family and his clan. So
well, obviously they went after the strongest link first.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. So we will begin our... We're in the Porcelain Citadel, everyone but Ensen. You're kind of wherever it is that I remember you parked your caravan in a fairly decent neighborhood, so to speak, and you've just received word from one of your workers, your porters, not the skeletons because they can't talk, but one of the others, and they have informed you that someone came and took Ensen, and you've been told to meet them at a hill overlooking the unsettled waters, and to bring the cat. That they'll trade Ensen for the cat and for the cat alone. What would you all like to do?
I mean, I have a feeling they're just gonna trade Ensen for death, but
Oh, they didn't specify which cat.
It's
true. That's true.
just a dark cat. I mean, that could be any cat, I guess.
That's a good point. When people resort to kidnapping, they usually the sort that'll just give up on a technicality.
Yeah.
A sound logic.
I've come across plenty of kidnappers, man. Like, they just give up. You give them what they want, even if it's not what they want. It's just got to be close to what they want.
So we just need to find a cat that looks like MSG.
And paint it green.
Well, I do have a line on some very nice fellows that deal with bodies. I mean, did they say the cat has to be alive?
I think the assumption is if we want Ensign alive.
I mean, he's a big boy. I'm sure he's fine. I doubt they even really captured him. He probably is just napping. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, we could simply deliver the cat and kill them all when they arrive. I mean, it seems to be our thing.
Maybe we should offer them some coffee and a cat.
Oh, I like that. Like the one thing with the dudes. Yeah, man.
Maybe we should talk to a local and try to get some information about this lake and like what kind of people hang out there and see if we can figure out who exactly these captors are.
Sounds incredibly reasonable.
It's almost too reasonable, man.
That took an astounding amount of brain power.
I mean, there's 6 of us, so we can all do something. Well, 5 of us, I suppose. Maybe Ensign's just napping. But the fact
Well, I
that he
suppose
was
if we
even
did
kidnapped-
know where their lair is, we could attempt to rescue. If that backfired, we could simply give them the cat.
Yeah, let's get a cat just in case, like a spare cat, bargaining cat.
So can we can Lamb do some sort of chatting with a local somewhere to try to get some information?
Well, several of us have made contacts here. Maybe we can hit
Yeah.
up those contacts and find out what we can.
Yeah.
So the 2 primary contacts I believe you have, well, actually kind of 3. So Khalil, you have 2 you could talk to. One is probably, I don't know if you've actually spoken with Jonky Bonko yet. I think it's just that was a connection. But you have Orange Mark II Duo, is who you delivered the body parts to. And then Teapot, you have Lazaro Romero, who is a scientist, machinist who works on Vec Tech. I think that's really you. Also, there's also the people that you had coming along with you, but whether or not they know more about the Citadel or not, you're not sure. But Lamb, if you're looking to kind of ask around town or something, to ask around the Citadel to see if you can learn about what.
I think the generic way to go would be kind of like, where is this lake? Like, who kind of hangs out by the lake, since that was identified as the meeting point.
That's a simple enough. Just roll a charisma test. If you have any kind of social skill, you can add to that.
Not so much, but let's see. That's a 2. That's a 15.
Oh, that's plenty. So yeah, so you kind of ask around, and you kind of a composite of information. I'll just go ahead and share that with you.
Ooh.
It's kind of I just gave you all the basic layout of Porcelain Citadel area. The unsettled waters are to the southwest of the column defense golems. And what you learn most notably is that the place where they want you to meet there's a hill that's kind of just west of one of the curves in the banks of the unsettled waters. And it is just conveniently outside the range of these column defense golems that again, will literally obliterate anything in roughly the blink of an eye should someone misbehave. So that's one thing you find out. You also know that they're not they're not regulars here. Like they're hunters, they're bounty hunters, right? They've been tracking you, so it's not like they've holed up in this place for good. You know that when you're asking about the unsettled water specifically, it's just a regular lake. Frogs, geese, ceramic crabs, porcelain perch. There's totally everything is about it is totally regular. There's absolutely not a giant stone octopus inside of it. None whatsoever.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, everyone tells you specifically there is not a giant stone octopus within it.
Do we usually make a habit of saying what's not somewhere?
I just wanted you to know that there's definitely not a giant stone octopus beneath the waters.
Great.
Cool.
Thanks for that.
Necessarily
Yourself
believe
in the
that.
water.
Yeah.
Some people think there is, but they're 100% wrong. There's
What
absolutely
happens-
no technical evidence that a giant stone octopus exists below the water.
What happens to people who claim to have seen this stone octopus?
Oh, nothing in particular. No one has seen it, though.
Sure. If someone were to tell this fabrication that there were such a thing, what might they say it looks like?
Like an octopus that's giant and is made of stone and has a tendency to sink to the bottom and doesn't really come to the surface easily as a result.
Oh, so just don't go to the bottom of the lake and you're fine?
Well, it's more like theoretically. Don't go like any more than, say, 5 feet below the surface because it's that big.
Theoretically, if
Theoretically.
something were there.
But it's not there because there is no stone.
There's no.
Octopus. It's there.
Okay.
It's totally a normal lake.
But so if stone octopi existed, they
No,
would
no,
eat
no, no.
people?
Just one.
Just
That
just-
doesn't exist.
That doesn't exist.
Right.
If it did exist, it would eat people.
Oh, its diet, really honestly, is immaterial since it doesn't exist.
So, animate objects, boats.
Theories don't need to consume anything. Just
I see.
bits and pieces of your imagination.
Theories can't hurt you either.
Well, not necessarily.
I see.
And by the way, the person you're speaking to, there's like 7 of them, and they're just all circled around this bar. Your life burns faster in this house. It's kind of early parts of the day. There's the vague hint of like techno music in the background and a bunch of like pseudo dwarves that are staring around and staring at you and this massive polybody, like just staring daggers at you, just hatred as this is happening. But they're being very, they're just off in the distance by themselves.
I sort of feel Phil inside me that he's just sort of like swinging to the music a little bit.
I love the thought that polybodies would like all bob their heads completely in unison to music.
Yeah, it's like Night at the Roxbury. They're all doing it.
Yes.
Okay. Would anybody else like to do anything?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to hit my resource to see if
Okay.
there's any information I can dig up.
Okay, so you go to Orange Mark II Duo, which again is just it's a 2-person polybody. They see you again. Have you returned to accept our offer of additional work?
A small hang up, just a small one, keeping me from being able to accept this gracious opportunity for work. It seems that one of our numbers, which is granted very useful in keeping my hide intact on these missions, seems to have been absconded with by, tell him the name of, as Bert doesn't remember. And we want to effect a rescue or some kind of trade, but knowing your enemy would be useful.
Well, I'm afraid I don't know the name Jackals. Seagal, however, that's a very interesting name. I do seem to recall rumor of a very
Yes, it seems very pretentious.
capable, extremely capable warrior of multiple types of combat and shaded glasses and a very tightly tied ponytail.
I think he just has incredible PR people. I don't think he's really that good.
It's possible, certainly. I've never met him entirely myself, but he has indeed, and he has caused more than one problem for some of our company. It's not often that we have survivors from an encounter with him. It's almost as if he knows what's coming. Very prescient he is. He very prepared, well studied. But on the bright side, I can't help your friend, but you are in a wonderful place. You could just go to one of the high houses or a body lab and just get a new body, and everything's fine. And move along. I'm sure you weren't that close to whoever it is they stole.
Absolutely not, really.
Yes.
Bullet catcher, honestly. But
Right.
they are hard to come by these days. Someone
Oh, no,
willing to
they're not.
stand
We
up in
have
front and-
several of them. There's
Oh.
just hundreds of them here. Yes.
That's you're sort of very willing to take those bullets.
Oh, no, No. I mean within the body labs, within the high houses. If you, yeah, you could potentially, if you befriend the right amount of people, possible you could get yourself any number of bodies.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. I'm this close to being able to accept. I just need to wrap up this little bit of business.
Well, punctuality is very important. These,
Of course.
These body parts will not keep forever.
That they do eventually spoil, yes.
Yes, they do.
I figure probably no more than 24, 48 hours, and I'll be ready. I'll be able to take on something new.
I'm very excited to hear that.
Coffee. It's my own roast.
Well, thank you.
Leave him with some beans. These are perfectly non-poisonous beans. Maybe I'll point that out to him, like people like doing around here. These are perfectly non-poisonous beans.
I would never have thought that they were, but now that you mentioned it.
Oh, I thought that was just the custom around here, to pointing out things that just don't exist or really matter. No? There was something about a stone squid. Never mind.
Oh, no, it definitely doesn't exist.
Exactly. Just like this coffee isn't poisoned. Here you go. Thank you, sir.
Okay, who's next?
I got a really dumb idea that I want to try and apply here with my Vectech guy. About the guardian statues. Like, if they can't see something, is there some way to manipulate their vision in some way so they can't see something they might not, they can see something they might not normally be able to see, like a lens or something that you could hold up, or a screen that would direct their vision into a place they can't see.
Okay, so you go and you see Lazaro Romero. Okay, you get over to his workshop. He's very, you did some training with him. He's kind of a peculiar guy. He's, you could get the sense that he's got something else on his mind when you go see him. But he kind of is his mind's somewhat elsewhere, but he nonetheless entertains your questions. No, there's no mirror. It'll just shoot through the mirror. Really, the only way is if you're going to affect violence, stay inside. They can't see inside. So...
Well, there's some people who have one of our friends, and they're outside, but they're behind a hill. And so we're trying to not do the violence thing. We're expecting that they'll do it because they've kind of set themselves up out of sight. So I was maybe we can trick them somehow. Have them still be in sight, but not be in sight.
I think anyone who's come through the citadel would be very aware of its radius. It's hard to trick them within it. And the massive burn ring around the radius is quite obvious. You can see just the numerous bodies of ex-vomes and just decayed skeletons burnt to a crisp. It's very hard to miss. They would have to be the dumbest people to not notice it. But hey,
behind a hill.
Well, if it's behind a hill, it's possible that the defense golems might not see through the hill. Depends on the hill.
Do they shoot through hills normally?
No, they have to have line of sight.
Yeah, okay, all right. Do you know about blowing up a hill very easily?
Blowing up a hill? No, explosives, I would imagine, would be the best way to do this. Not really my forte. I put things together, I don't demolish them. Kind of antithesis to my speciality.
What about making something that destroys hills?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not much of a demolitionist. I really am just an engineer who pieces things together, that sort of thing.
Okay, all right. We'll come up with a different idea.
Well, you seem to be a very intelligent satrap. I'm sure you'll come up with something.
You have to tell me what's bothering you later too. You seem distracted.
Oh, I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. Very, just past catching up to you, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But you seem busy, so we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Come back for your lessons.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So all is taking like them basically an afternoon, a couple hours basically, of wandering about. Is there other things people are looking to do here?
I think I'm gonna. Oh, sorry, you first.
Oh, I was just gonna say, if we're getting a backup cat, I could go find a cat.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Backup cat. All right. Roll
I
an
will mention the
extreme.
body banks. Sorry.
Roll a charisma test, and the higher the better.
Okay.
And don't forget, by the way, y'all could have taken your heroic at the start of the session.
Okay. I need to do that. You said charisma. It's a +2. I did not good.
Okay. You found
I'm
a
okay with
cat. You definitely find a cat. And when you bring it back to the group, MSG, I would imagine you can't help but feel a little insulted that this fur ball with kind of one eye and is constantly coughing up hairballs could possibly be mistaken for the regal lord that you are.
I want to point out too that I went searching for it in ghost form, and I would have just soul juiced it to brought it back.
Right, fair enough.
And so when I get back to MSG, just like this, the cat Jeff described. Oh God, I gotta do my best MSG impression. I am a cat. No, that's not it. Like just arguing with myself on how to do the voice. No, man, I'm just not good at it. I am MSG. No, that's not it. I am MSG.
For the rest of the stream.
No,
Just keep going. Keep going. It's great.
it's a me. No, that's not acceptable anymore. No. Anyway,
It's perfect.
like
Okay.
I found a cat that looks just like you, man.
Somehow it doesn't quite sound like him, but it's a good try.
It's close.
You know what? I want to do my best to work with this because I have an idea too. I'm going to, because with my rubber-like body, one of the things I can do is I can imitate another person's facial structure, like Cracker's facial structure. So I've been spending this time making my body to the exact proportions and facial structure of Cracker's
Oh my god!
before we go to this meeting.
Wow.
So you can bring the mangy cat.
Okay, what skill is this? Or is this
It's
just
that
your
rubbery body. Now the thing
Okay.
is, it doesn't change the fact that I have green, kind of Quicksilver looking outer thing. I just have the same size and proportion and face of Cracker's, but don't, because of like the mercury green skin, I don't fully
Yeah.
look like him. But
yeah.
just I think that because I'm petty and mean, I'm gonna make him look at his brother's face.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Okay. All right, so what do you guys want to do then?
I mean, there's no reason not to lie to him. Maybe I'll tell him that Crackers took my body and, Crackers wanted to be me. And look how bad Crackers fucked it up.
We're just gonna go start a fight, I think.
I think so.
Maybe we can distract him long enough to get the jump on him or something. I don't know.
I think we gathered about as much information as we can.
Okay.
Going to be a angry family member.
Mm.
Not a whole lot we can do about that.
I mean, nobody said that we're good at this.
And I don't know. The rumors on the streets are that he's really let himself go. He's gotten into this carbohydrate addiction. He's just gotten really fat and slow. So some delusion about being the sheriff of the town. I don't know. I don't think this man is anything.
All right. So
Off
we're going.
We go.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. So
Make
you
sure
head
to take the
outside.
bus with us in case we need to like dispose of some bodies.
Okay.
Or just
Um,
sink the bus on them.
Okay. You so you head out of town, out of the safety of the defense columns, and you start. Good.
I will fly my kite to get some overhead surveillance.
Okay. So roll. We'll say. Roll a thought test. If you have any for your pet, as they're trying to kind of collect any kind of for Larry to see if you have any skills or anything that could apply here, you can add your bonus too. Otherwise, it's just a thought test.
Not really.
Okay.
Just roll it. A 12. Now I can roll an extra d6 with a heroic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll spend a heroic and I'll add 6 for an 18.
Okay.
Wow.
18.
Ooh.
All right. So you fly the kite fairly high in the air, and Larry's doing his best to get a survey of the situation. You said are you actually bringing the Megapede bus with you?
I figure so. I mean, if we
Okay.
got to clean up after ourselves, we can take care of two things at the same time: fuel the
Okay.
Megapede and get rid of people.
Okay. All right. You so Larry is kind of staring about, and Larry, you see at the top of a ridge, where the still waters is kind of off to the southwest, but you can see on top of like this ridge, this hill, you can see there's debris everywhere. It's like some kind of junk. It's like a junk hill, and you can see there's piles of debris here and there. There looks like old walkers that have been broken down, never repaired, possibly. This is like a junkyard or something like that. You see old golems, like auto golems and things like that here and there. You see what looks like kind of two partially run down like towers, like kind of flanking like this path that goes up a hill. And with an 18, you notice that there are two people with very long rifles that appear to be within those towers that are looking down the hill towards kind of where you're going. And they have like basically a perfect overwatch view of like anything within probably a couple hundred yards. You also notice that you see a very large, very muscular man that appears to be strapped down within some kind of strange device near what looks like a couple more of those same people. And there's what looks like an active golem, some kind of sort of like military golem of some kind that they're kind of parked nearby. But yeah, that's what you see.
All right. Well, I'll report this to everyone. Larry says that we are in the killing fields right now, as there are two snipers trained upon us. I also tell them, our Musclemancer is staked out there as well. Give them the lay of the land, just kind of draw it in the sand. I believe I can even feel their telescopic sights on my neck right now. Oh, it's a bug. Sorry.
Would this be an opportunity for us to ghost one of them? I mean that in a literal sense.
I could try it, man. Yeah.
Then maybe you just shoot the other one next to you.
There were more, by the way. There's just two in the towers. Just so you know.
Sure. But I mean, if we can get rid of two of them quickly, then there's two less.
Could I try to do some type of like a lightning distraction?
Sure. How close are you getting? Because Larry was able to convey that more than likely they can see. There's no way you can approach basically without them seeing you. that you can kind of decipher. The road the pathway that kind of leads through this junkyard up to that hill, and that's flanked by those like tower things. Like all of it's very high up and kind of they can easily see around it. So you just tell me like how close you're getting and then what you're trying to do with your lightning distraction.
So I'm basically trying to get us to the edge of cover, and then when we're not really going to have a whole lot much more cover, then just try to shoot some type of kind of lightning down, let's say off, just to pick a side, like off to the east.
Okay, so you just want to kind of like create some sort of lightning field distraction off to the east. Okay.
Yeah.
What is everyone else doing?
If you want me to go ghost one of them, I mean, I can do that. No
I
trouble.
mean, it's not like they're gonna kill you or anything, so
That's funny. Yeah, that's true too.
It sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay. Yeah, I'll slip out of my current meat suit after binding him somewhere, and then try and go ghost one.
I mean, you want us to give you like 5 minutes, and then we'll like kind of roll up and act like we're doing our thing, and then
Wait, am I just hopping in and do I just start blasting, or do I wait? Like,
Since we know that we're being observed, I think I will make a spectacle of myself by doing something I'm sure they haven't seen our vehicle before, right? So I'll be very visible and like I'm assembling something out of it that might be a weapon, making a show of working on the technology.
how about this? Like
Okay.
you sit tight when you ghost them, and then I'll give you the signal.
okay. And then I
Alright.
start blasting.
and then you start blasting.
All right, man. You got it.
Now you're not invisible when you go in ghost form. You are. Okay, I just want you to know this.
Uh-huh.
So go ahead and roll some kind of stealth test.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah, as you approach, and
Any
with
bonus from me making a distraction?
yeah, as I was gonna say, with both Khalil and Lamb affording you some distraction, take like a +2 from each of them, so you can have like a +4 to this roll. The higher the better, though.
Well, my base agility is 5, and then my skullduggery will give me a 7. So if I'm taking, you said 4 from them?
So it's +11 on this. Yeah,
Ooh.
Yeah, man.
higher the better.
We got a chance.
Oh.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
6? Yeah.
Okay. So you start, you detach from your body, and the shepherd say, "What is this? Oh God, I feel so. Oh, does anybody have a mimosa? Oh goodness, just feel absolutely terrible." And you watch as Tango begins to float, in the direction of the junkyard, and you're trying to stealthily get there. And you would know that getting up too high in the sky is always very, very dangerous because you never know what's up there. Because there's all sorts of different things you can encounter when you go into the sky. But so you're kind of weaving in and out of these piles of trash, these old golems, things like that. And as far as you know, you haven't seen any of the kind of the snipers that were in the tower or any of the others. None of them seem to react to you as you start to slowly get closer and closer to this hill with this ramp. Now I need you to roll a charisma test.
Oh my gosh. Sure.
So they do not seem to notice you. You're pretty confident.
Is the charisma my soul juice or just something else?
No, this is just like a luck test basically. So charisma,
Sure,
you can
sure.
yeah, so just straight D20 plus your charisma. Okay.
Do you want to?
I'm gonna throw.
Well, you can re-roll it too, right?
I'm gonna.
Well,
throw two
technically,
hero- Yeah,
you burn your hero. You can burn a heroic before you roll to get advantage, or you can burn a heroic afterwards to roll a D6 to add on top of it.
Can you do multiple heroics
Yes.
on a roll?
Yes.
All right,
That's an
I'm
easy
gonna
roll.
roll 2d6.
Gotcha.
Get rid of all my heroics.
Higher the better.
There's 7.
Really?
Okay.
Really?
Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Wow. 6 and a 1.
So I'm gonna
Before
imagine that the
fumble
rest of
check.
you, I'm gonna imagine the rest of you are watching Tango out of the kind of the corner. You know what to look for, right? Like all of you are familiar with him at this point, so you kind of know what to look for here and there. And you see him kind of as he approaches what is effectively like a school bus, right? This orange yellow school bus, and he's kind of using that as cover, and he's starting to waft like right through one of the windows, when below him on the ground an explosion occurs, and you see this bright blue white light just shoot up into the sky into kind of an inverted triangle, point downwards up. And you see as this kind of prism of light wraps around Tango. And Tango, you are paralyzed within a ghost field, unable to move any further. And it's at that point that you see activity atop of the little sniper towers at this point, and like you can hear voices calling, alert, 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 that kind of stuff. Is Larry still up in the sky?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
And I don't think you have like any kind of like any kind of telepathy with him, right? It's just like he comes down and you kind of like do some sort of facial, like you ask questions and he like, whatever. Okay. He comes down and kind of does like the alert waggle. And when you look over, you can see that crawling out of one of those, out of the school bus, you can see that there is a figure that's kind of dressed up like one of these nomads that reaches down to the ground and presses a button on some little contraption that was kind of hidden in the rubble, and all of that bright blue white light just gets sucked down into this rectangular contraption, and Tango is no longer able to be seen. The figure picks up this little now smoking contraption and kind of just flings it over their shoulder.
I got Ghostbustered.
Yeah, Ghostbuster.
So awesome.
Oh man.
Well,
So-
that didn't work out.
So it's at
No,
that point
no,
that
it's
you
not.
see another figure beginning to move down the hill, walking kind of towards you all, and like gets within about, let's say 100, maybe about 50 to 100 yards, and puts a box on the ground, and just kind of into like it looks like some kind of megaphone, just shouts out,
That was a good trick, but we are ready for you. There is nothing you can do that we have not seen you do already. Bring the cat forward. Put the cat into the box and we will return your large man. We will keep the Ultra as extra payment for your inability to follow simple instructions.
and then they just start walking back up the hill.
I take it back. He does seem highly competent.
I you said he was incompetent.
Well, well then.
That was horrible.
Well, we've certainly done goofed.
Well, look at it this way. Maybe he just wants to have a good, rousing conversation with you.
Think. No.
Probably not.
Well, cat in the box.
I mean,
All
we
right.
could just put a cat in the box.
Why do you think
I'll
about
swallow
that?
the cat and I'll care as if I'm struggling with it.
While you're thinking about that, let's kick it over to Ensen. Ensen, you are in a bind, literally. Like you literally have some strange sort of shackle contraptions that have wrapped around your arms and your legs, and you can kind of feel them just sort of ever tightening and like kind of draining, like your strength. You almost feel like you're kind of weakened from them. But you look around and you've got
Disgusting.
two. What's that?
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I feel the absolute dread.
It's like they know what all of you can do. It's really strange. And two of them are nearby you. One of them is like kind of off to the north. That's just like maybe 6-7 steps away. One of them's off to the west, and both of them have guns trained on you, and they're staring at you unblinkingly. And you can see about maybe 15, 20 feet away or so are those ruins of the towers that I described before, atop of which there are two snipers that seem to have their guns trained down at what is now an approaching golem that you are quite familiar with, and you can see about 200 yards away the giant megapede segments. And then there's also a couple more that you know have been coming and going. So you know, like I would say go ahead, if you have any kind of like awareness skill, you can do like thought plus any kind of perception or awareness or any kind of like tactical thing to try to keep track of how many you might have seen.
Can I just do a flat, I guess, thought test? I don't have any
Yes.
points in it, though.
Yes, that's fine.
Okay. Counting's not my thing.
I mean, as far as you know, there's like a dozen of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can. But yeah, you're basically under wraps. But at a certain point, they all get slightly distracted as something happens to the south of you by one of these like kind of yellow orange school bus, and then you see one of the figures begin to move down the hill carrying what looks like an electro glass box.
So
What would you like to do?
Are my restraints mechanical?
Yes, they are.
Okay. And so you said they're like watching me, like pretty much like a hawk this whole time, right?
Two of them are literally have guns on you the whole time.
Okay. Are they like manacles on my wrists?
Yeah, you
like...
can think of it that way. They're basically right around your forearms, but you know that there's like some kind of pulsing crystal light on them that's likely it could be, you're not sure if it's Vomish tech or something else, but it's certainly kind of sapping you a bit of some of your strength. You also have them around your ankles, but you're sitting relatively comfortably on the ground nonetheless.
Okay. Is the crystal thing that seems to be sapping my strength like exterior to it? Like if I were to bash it on a rock or something, I'd be able to hit the crystal?
Yes, it's definitely, you can see it. It's exterior, yeah.
Okay. I guess I'd be waiting, maybe like really slightly twisting my wrists in them to like kind of loosen it.
Okay.
Or at least get it so it's not like stuck to my hand. And
Yeah,
I'd
that
just
doesn't...
be waiting for an opportunity to smash them as soon as they let up their gaze for a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay, keep that in mind. We'll kick it back to the party then, down the road. What are you all doing?
Man,
I only really had one scheme and it backfired. So,
so are we sure that we really need to save Ensen? I feel like normally he's good to take care of himself.
Apparently not, and he seems quite outnumbered. He couldn't get himself out of being kidnapped. I don't see how he gets himself
They
out
cheated.
of this.
Okay, well, if it was for anybody else other than a brother or sister of the stars, fine, I suppose. Before I suppose I'll go turn myself in. I'll do the honorable thing, of course. Let's see, do I have any hallucinogens left I can give to this cat before I do? I do have chemistry. Just take some random stuff that I've mixed up and just shove it down its mouth.
Okay,
Just
you want to shove it down the mangy cat that Tango recovered? Okay. Yeah, you shove it down no problem.
I don't even really care. I just want to give it whatever random recent drug I've experimented with and just shove it into the cat's mouth so it starts acting funny.
Roll charisma. We'll just see what it does. Yeah, just to see what it does. Like what kind of effect it might have.
I think I've got 2 charisma. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So you give this little cat the medicine, and it immediately starts getting aggressive. and it just starts scratching away at you, biting at you. Like it's not like physically hurting you because it's very, very mangy and weak, but it's trying to.
Actually, that's perfect.
Okay.
Because what I'll do is I'll start running in as if I've tried to swaddle the cat and I'm fighting against it. Help! This little bastard swapped bodies with me! Help now! You have to keep us alive or we won't be able to swap back! Help me, please!
Okay. Roll a charisma test. And any kind of like social deception type skill if you have anything like that.
The description of Big Game Hunter says you're good at telling, tall tales. I don't know if you'd
Take
allow
it.
that.
It's fine. I have you so dead to rights. It's fine. Go ahead.
I know.
This is something we worked out with Karayan from some bits. It's good. 17. Right. Okay.
That's a better roll.
Just it's one of those things. I'm just trying to be so nonsensical that there's at least that moment of what?
It does occur to me that if we are or have been so well researched that he knows in advance what we will be doing, perhaps it's best if we do something completely out of character for us.
Which is what?
Comply completely.
Just follow the rules.
That's true.
I think perhaps it will throw them off. They would never suspect. They would be waiting for the dagger in the back.
Okay.
So MSG comes running up the trail towards the box. Do you run past? Now there's nobody standing near this box. They put it down on the ground and they backed away. They're not getting anywhere near you for your bullshit because they, like I said, they're fairly well researched. They've backed away, but they see you running up and you're shouting, and it's at that point that Ensen, you notice that the one who's kind of been barking orders. Barks an order at one of the two guards that have been kind of aiming guns at you. And one of them begins to move down the path towards where MSG is and gets nice and close, but not like within arm's reach close. Like you're probably, we'll say like maybe, 15 feet or so away from each other. So you got the box like right between you and then you're like 15 feet apart and right in the middle is that box. MSG, what do you do?
Does this guy have because I do study facial structures a lot to do the whole replication thing. Does this guy have a structure that looks like it matches Crackers? Does he get a familiar resemblance?
No, it doesn't look familial. No. It does have like kind of clan colors though. You could tell that they're probably members of the same clan.
Help! I don't have much longer. Where is he?
Where is who?
I can't hold it much longer.
Put it in the box. Right there in front of you.
I'm just going to throw the cat in his face.
Okay. You throw the cat in his face? Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, roll an attack. Just roll an attack. Roll an attack. Agility, I guess, imagine. You can do strength if that's better. Whatever you prefer.
I don't really have much of a plan.
We're outnumbered and we're doing this like one at a time.
Just toss the cat wildly.
Okay. Okay, you throw the cat at him with a 7. Do you want to put anything on that?
He's got my soul.
Okay, so the cat lands not anywhere particularly close to him. And because like with a 7, it's not a very good throw. Kind of just
I assume it's
just throw the cat. And then the guy who's got a gun just turns around, just starts shooting at the cat that you just threw on the ground and just obliterates this poor thing.
Wonderful. I mean, not, but.
So what do you do now?
I mean, he's taking the time to turn and shoot the cat. I'll close in.
Okay. All right. I think we're going in initiative now.
Oh, God.
So let's do, yeah. We're in initiative. Okay. Let's
Do I need to worry about initiative seeing as I'm Ghostbustered?
No, we'll give you an opportunity to do something. Okay. Don't worry. So I'm gonna throw us on a little combat match.
What is initiative again in this?
So what we're gonna do? So basically, it's you roll for everyone rolls for the team. So we do these one at a time. So it's gonna be like some. So we'll start with MSG. You'll do it. D6 plus your agility, MSG, and you're rolling for your entire squad.
D6 plus agility.
D6 plus your agility.
Okay, let me get out of the macro thing. Get out of here, macro.
Me
Nobody wants you.
close that.
Actually, you're
down.
pretty cool.
Fine. Sorry, I made macro. Never do it again.
It's cool, macro.
That's
I'm just a
crappy.
jerk.
Let me just center that a little bit. Okay. So
Such a dumb thing to do. I'm sorry.
I think it's
I mean,
hilarious.
I already had a dumb idea that backfired already, so I
They
need to
are-
stop making plans.
They are very well prepared for you guys, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Let's see. It's gonna be for me. It's gonna be a D6 plus 2. All right, and then this is basically determining which side basically goes first, and you guys get to go first. So
that's
yeah.
fortunate.
So I'll ping it around. I'll kind of show where everybody is. So Ensen, you're up here, obviously, to the upper northwest of this field. Tango, you're stuck in a Ghostbuster trap with this guy over on top of the yellow bus. Khalil, Teapot, Lamb, you're back here. And then MSG, you just came up and threw this cat at this person that's right in front of you. You've got 2 snipers that seem to be on top of this, on top of these 2 kind of, they're not very tall. They're maybe about 10 feet up. They're rubble. Like they're not like full things. And then you got this other guy who seems to have been barking orders. There's one person that seems to have a gun on Ensign. And then there's this other person that was kind of just over by all of these little sleeping bags and whatnot. But you guys go first in whatever order you want. MSG, you said you're going to charge, so we might as well start with you. So why don't you go ahead and resolve? Tell me what you're doing.
I mean, basically, I just want to close the distance and, do my typical jerk thing of try to poke him with the tail and
And try to get him on your side, get him
Yeah.
under your control. Okay,
basically
yeah.
what I would like to do is come up and like hit him with the tail, and as I'm doing that, like start shrinking my body back down a little bit smaller and just ask him to like cover me with his body, so like I've got a human meat shield,
Okay.
because that's
Um,
what good guys do.
Since it specifically requires you to like stab them with the tail, I think it makes sense to just treat this as a melee attack.
Okay.
If that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
So that sounds like it's usually a strength roll. It's strength for melee usually. So like if you want to make an argument that agility applies, I'll listen. But like just roll an attack. You move up. That's your movement, and then you try to stab him. Basically, go for it.
Okay, I'll give it a try. If it's okay to consider kind of finesse, because it's more about like positioning and then trying to let the tail slice in when he's got an opening there.
Yeah, it's fine with me.
I'll make a try.
Okay. 17 will be good as you manage to find the that'll beat its difficulty, its armor, and you manage to bypass it, find a soft spot under what looks like some basic like nomad robes, and you just impale him with the tip of your tail. And then what was the rest of the thing that you wanted to do?
Oh, basically, I wanted to do that. I'm not trying to damage him. I actually want to, like, make him my new man meat, and
Okay.
I'd love for him to just like lay down over me and give me a human meat shield.
Okay. And that is, we'll say that is exactly what he does. Is you run up, you stab him, and he just kind of falls over top of you, like literally just does like a downward dog position over top of you, just making sure no one can get to you. Okay. Any of you can go now. The rest of you can go in whatever order you want.
So Lamb wants to go off in the direction where Tango is being held, because it's just the one guy in the bus and the Ghostbuster box, right?
As far as you know, yes.
Well, okay. Taking the information as I know it right now, I'm gonna go. So kind of the result of this turn, what I would like to have happen is that I am gathering the attention of that individual, because I want to give Phil some cover, because I am trying to use his pickpocketing ability to mess with the Ghostbuster box.
Okay. So you'll run in, and then you're trying to affect some kind of distraction. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay.
What I do, me
Yeah.
and my orange suit are just.
What do you want to roll for that distraction?
Probably my agility if I could.
Yeah, that's fine.
I also have expert mimicry, so maybe I'm trying to kind of get their attention. So I'm just like mimicking the voice of the guy that we already heard talking. So
Sure.
just to sort of throw them off with that.
Nice.
Okay. So if you want that, that's probably not agility though. That's probably like thought or charisma,
I'll do
something
charisma.
like that. And then you can add your skill bonus though. Add your +2 bonus
Yeah.
for.
So
Yeah.
it'll. All right. So 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's enough. So he's kind of climbing up onto the bus at this point to try to get like, to try to see everything, get a little bit of height. And as you do, you kind of roll up on him, and you kind of shout out some kind of basic command, which he gets really confused. And in doing so, kind of slips, falls, and the Ghostbuster trap falls down to the ground while he is stuck up on the bus. So Tango's trap has now been separated from the person who is carrying it. Okay,
Nice.
so that's Lamb. And so I'll go ahead and move Tango slightly.
I moved.
So I was moving Tango as well.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. Who else would like to go?
Well, if the guy is exposed now on top of that
He is indeed.
bus, can I move to try and get some cover, but then take a shot with my crossbow at him?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. So is crossbow agility?
It's agility usually, yeah.
It's
And then
agility,
if you have
okay.
any kind of skill with crossbows or something like that,
I do not.
okay. So
A
then it's
surgery. Surgery counts.
yeah, just roll a flat agility test.
So 10. That's pretty miserable. So you can use a heroic to re-roll, or
You can use your
Or-
heroic to add a d6 to it, or you can use it to roll at advantage. So like
At the
the
beginning.
advantage you
At the
usually have to
beginning.
declare before you roll, but the d6s you can
Right.
continue to use afterwards. So if you want to use a d6 just to add that, that's fine.
no, because I don't even know if a 16 would be good enough. So I'm just further providing a distraction, I guess, as I miss, but I am coming forward here to try and get some of this rubble between me and these people in the
Okay,
turrets.
I do want to ask, is this a situation where an hour's gone by and we get another one?
What's that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Heroic die? Is this in every hour?
It is in
Okay.
every hour, yeah. So you would have gotten an extra die at 9, or at
Oh.
whatever time it is for you, 10.
And you can use multiples.
You can always use multiple, yeah.
Okay. Well, here we go. I'm just going to go ahead and do it then and add the first one, making it only a 12. And I'll do one more. 17.
Okay, 17 definitely hits. So
Okay.
you can roll your damage.
Yeah.
And what is a damage on the crossbow?
So you just have a regular crossbow,
Just says crossbow. Yeah.
1d8.
Ah. Well, it's something.
Oh,
It's something.
oh
I just
no.
wing him. A little,
You can
No.
re-roll that if you have a
little
heroic.
nick. No, I'm out. I'm out now.
All right, so just one on the bus guy. Okay. Ensign still hasn't gone. Teapot and
I was-
Lamb. Oh no, Lamb went.
was-
And
Tango.
Tango haven't gone.
I was thinking I'd kind of move towards whatever this is over here for cover, but I may use my
Yeah.
my laser eye, the land squid, to try and put a shot on this guy too.
Okay, so yeah, you can go ahead and do whatever order you want. The thing you're pinging, that's like a fairly large, like old, like defense golem, not defense golem, like auto golem, but it's just the tracks. It's like tank. It's like the bottom of a tank, but it doesn't have like the top cab of it. And then it looks like just some kind of container has been dropped on top of it.
Yeah, I'm figuring I can maybe use it for cover,
Mhm.
you know, against the other people, but still try and get a shot at this guy here. So
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you can move yourself. You can roll your attack on who, and ping which one you're attacking. Okay, yeah.
the one on top of the bus.
Okay. So yeah,
I do have nomad rating.
nomad rating. What?
Yeah, I don't know if that would be valuable here
What
since
do you
we're
Do you think raiders shoot people?
Nomad raiding. Sure, take it.
It was one of the like initial ones. I don't know.
You're probably, I mean, I would say no matter you're familiar with like their defenses, you're familiar with what kind of equipment they wear on, where they might be weak, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I wasn't sure if that's applicable here or not. So it's a plus 2 for that hour level.
It is a +2 for your level 2 plus your skill and agility. I think it should be agility probably.
It's nothing.
Okay, so it's a d20 +2. 16 is good. Roll your damage for that.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So
Wiggling away.
this guy on top of the bus who was just climbing got confused, distracted by Lamb, and as he was kind of whirling around, the ghost trap fell to the ground. And in the process, in runs up Khalil with a crossbow shot and kind of catches him right on the shoulder. It doesn't really embed in him. It's more kind of like a graze. But then here comes Teapot as he's kind of running and strafing past his little, what kind of, was it like your squid laser sitting on top of your shoulder?
Yeah, it's a
whatever.
laser-eyed land squid named Gary.
Gary's just kind of like perched up on top and just as you run across and take cover. Still have Ensen and Tango to go.
I'll just try and break out.
Sure. So you can so basically you're kind of just trapped within a big blue white void. So you can do one of two things. You could just try to like charisma your way out of it, just luck test your way out to see if you can just do it, or if you think there's something that you might be able to deduce about how to escape from one of these, you can try a skill or something like that.
I'm just gonna try and charisma my way out. All right, man. Just think outside the box, and you'll be outside the box, man.
Okay, charisma
All
it
right,
is.
so I'm gonna go with a 3 on this. 16.
16 is pretty good. You want to add a heroic to that?
We just got one. didn't
Just
we?
got a new one,
I'll go
yeah.
ahead and spin my new heroic so I don't have to mark it off on the sheet. Another 6.
Oh, 22. So
Nice.
what happens is you're thinking outside the box. You just keep repeating that mantra to yourself. And then suddenly, poof, you're out of the box. Now the rest of you, what you see this Ghostbuster trap fall from this guy's grip on top of the bus, clank itself down the side of the bus, smack on one of these giant gears on the ground, and then kind of roll over, and the button just gets pressed accidentally and just pops open. But for Tango, he thought outside the box, and he is outside the box.
Yes.
There you go. You take a second action. That was your first action, so you can take a second action to do something else you want to try to do.
Is that dude still up there, right?
He is still up there, yeah.
I want to soul juice him.
Okay, roll your soul juice test.
And he's weakened. That helps you capture him, right?
What I decided what we're gonna do with this is we're just gonna treat this as the defense roll. Like, so everyone has a defense roll, and so whatever their defense roll is, the target you have to hit. It's just like doing an attack. You're just soul juicing an attack.
Cool. 13.
13 is actually enough. So you do in fact take over Bus Guy as he's looking around like, what? Who said what? You got to do. Oh shit! And he starts getting as you go right in his face. Yeah. Okay. As much as they try to not let you guys take them over, you're taking them over. And then Ensen. So Ensen, one of them ran away, and there's only one left that's got a gun trained at you. What do you want to do?
Okay. Is he distracted in any way by?
You can definitely tell that
shenanigans?
his gaze has been moving towards what looks to be a battle that's now starting to unfold. So he's a little distracted.
So, and you said I'm like seated, right?
Yeah, you're kind of just like butt down, knees up, just kind of sitting there. You're not uncomfortable, but not, not in a great position.
I want to roll backwards, stand up behind him, and try to break my restraints over his head. And I'm going to spend every heroic I have until that happens.
Okay. So let's do, this looks like, I kind of feel like this is two separate rolls. One, the agility to just contort yourself to roll over without him kind of noticing. So agility test, and if you have any kind of, anything that might help with your rolling, go ahead and add the skill.
Okay. Not for the agility, but I did for the next one. So we'll do this. I don't have agility. I have endurance.
Okay.
And then I'll spend a
13
D6. Or you said
You
13.
get the 15 15 is what you would be able to want to hit to not get shot by him. 13
Okay.
would get you up and behind him, but you would probably take an opportunity, basically. You should have a second one.
I have a lot. I didn't spend any last time.
Well, then go ahead and roll, man.
So let's do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Takes
All
it
right.
17.
So he's just sort of looking, and then you just tumble around and pop up behind him, and yeah, now you just want to just do a physical attack. So you're just doing an
Yeah,
attack.
I want to try and like break them over his head.
Yeah, go for it.
And I have a skill called reverse engineer, where I am able to strength through mechanical things. So
That's pretty good, man. 26 is definitely good. Roll damage on this
I
guy.
guess I don't know how much strength I was missing from the restraints, so that would be subtracted.
Yeah, you're still well ahead of his defense. You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah, roll your
Okay.
damage on that one.
What would this be damage as?
So
D6?
I would say, I mean, like it's technically what, an unarmed attack, but you're pretty strong. So let's make it like I'll give you like a, and since you're kind of using the machine, do a D8.
Okay. Plus strength.
No, I think we'll just do a flat D8.
Okay.
It's not that's pretty damn good. So you
Good
tumble
grief.
over, step up behind him, and smash him over the head. He goes falling down to the ground, scuffing around this like kind of orange cinnabar dust, and manages to get back to their feet. Still up, still conscious, but you can see bleeding down like from the back of their head. They kind of reach back, look at their hand, and there's like the violet colored red. Roll a luck test to see if. That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
Let's roll a luck test to see if you got lucky and these things broke in the process.
And is that
Just charisma.
what do I add to that?
Just charisma.
Charisma. Okay.
Yeah, they're still.
Can I add
we'll say-
heroics to that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take 13. Yeah, 13's good as you
Okay.
manage to smash down.
All of my.
You see the crystal just collapse into tiny little shards, and that suddenly you get a surge of strength back into your wrists, and you're just able to just pull them apart at that point.
Awesome.
Okay. So I believe that is all of you have gone. It's now
Yeah.
their turn. Okay. So that is the. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 to go. All right. So let's see. Well, the easiest one to do is the one by Ensen. He's just going to turn around towards you. He's going to, he's got gun, sword of some kind, blade, and he'll just strike out at you with his blade. So this is going to be D20 plus 5. That's a 20 to hit, not natural. And I think that's going to be a D6. That's 6 points of damage against Ensen as he whirls back around and lunges at you with a knife. Gun will say kind of got dropped or got thrown around in the dust in terms of your attack. Remember that you can take it off life, and then if you run out of life, you can kind of start taking it from attributes as well. If you have any armor, armor is just kind of adds to your AC, so your defense. So it's 10 plus agility, plus if you have any armor on top of that.
Okay.
So that one's done. So that'll be their turn. The one that's kind of over here and left alone, I think we'll take a shot at Lamb. As not. we'll say that this will be go ahead and add like +3 to your defense because the bus is kind of in the way a little bit, but they're still going to take the shot at you. So this is going to be oh my gosh.
Oh, damn.
24 to hit.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you'll take 4 points of damage. Okay. Then
Damage comes off of life, right?
comes off of life, correct.
Okay.
All right. Then I'm going to have the main guy in the middle. He's going to just make kind of a thought test, basically, like observation. I want to see if he noticed what happened with MSG. He does not. So he does not necessarily know that MSG has taken over the guy in front of him.
Roll the 1.
All right. So then he's going to with his kind of first action, he's going to start running down, ignoring kind of MSG, presuming that his other guy is going to get it. And then he's going to fire down at Lamb. Lamb.
I don't know that I can take another one of those.
That's a shame because this one's even worse. 15 to hit.
Thanks for the warning. Oh, just by 1.
It hits?
By 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's 13 points of damage.
Holy
my
shit.
God.
I didn't even have that much to start with.
As they run down, lower the gun, like this pistol, this, and you can see they got this massive looking chain sword in one hand, pistol in the other. You see the tight, kind of glistening, oily ponytail right behind, sunglasses on, lowers it down. You shouldn't have done this. Shoots right at Lamb. Okay.
No.
You did
Lamb
it.
is down. Like
Lamb is down.
Yeah.
And then I think this one on the western tower will take a shot at Teapot. Teapot, though, take like +3 to your target, to your defense for cover, as you're behind a decent amount of cover there.
Yeah.
As they will fire at you.
Oh, it doesn't
21 to
matter.
hit. Oh my
Good
god, I
God.
rolled in rocks. It's a good thing that I hacked into this and just changed everything up. And that's the rifle. So that's 1 point of damage. There you go, Dan.
I'll take that.
And then I think the other tower will fire at Khalil. So he'll do D10.
So what is
15.
your defense based on?
It's a 10 plus your agility bonus, and then if you have any armor.
Okay.
Do you have any armor?
I do.
Okay.
Spiked leather +2. So my total defense, although, is only a 15.
Okay, so then
Yeah.
let me make sure that's not you have to hit over. I think it's actually I have to go over. I think you're okay. I think I have to exceed 15. I think this is an exceed game. Memory serves. So actually you're good. That will be good. You do not get hit. You can feel the concussion from from your armor, and it hit you. It's just your armor manages to kind of keep the bullet from penetrating too far. And that's the end of the round. Let's see. Next time, Joe, roll a d6 plus your agility.
E6 plus agility?
Yep. You're rolling initiative for your side.
4.
Okay. I rolled an 8 for my side, which means they go again. We're just going to do it right around. So I think we'll start with the last two. They'll go again, and they'll fire. One's going to be at Khalil. One will be at Teapot again. So same thing as before. So this first one's going to be to Khalil since we have it up.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no.
Right between the eyes.
Oh, God.
Well, it was a
Okey-dokey.
good game, guys.
Just listen. I got paid good money to put this encounter together to kill you guys. So
Oh, well, money well worth.
We do
Well spent.
we do have to roll. There is still the Oracle of
oh yeah,
That's
you're not
nice.
dead. You're down, and bad stuff can happen. Yeah,
So how much damage?
yeah. I was just double checking because I think I get like double damage or something on the crit. I'm trying to remember. just I don't want to shortchange you what I owe you. You know, that would be wrong of me.
You can double the one that you're gonna roll.
Oh,
There you
look
go.
at it! Look at
There
it
you
talking
go.
shit right here. I like it. I like it. I'll just do double damage and we'll just do double damage. So that's gonna be 2d10s.
So you're gonna double the 2.
I was just gonna do 2d10s as opposed to 1d10. 7 points of damage.
All right, still up.
Okay, nice. Then Dan, this one's gonna be you again. Take your +3 to your defense score. 13.
That's actually a miss. Thanks. to
You
the
hear
+3.
you hear the bolt, the bullet just off one of the crate in front of you. Okay. This guy here, I'm gonna go ahead and have him roll to see if he's noticed the ghost has overtaken the guy on top of the bus. He's already rolled for MSG, so I'm not gonna let that. That one's gonna stay. But let's do whether or not he noticed that 17. I'm gonna say he noticed that Tango has overtaken that body, and without even like hesitation, points the gun up at the bus and just shoots at his individual. Doesn't care. Going
If he
down.
takes his friend out, we're still ahead one, right?
25 to
Yes.
hit is it's true.
God.
It's fair. That'll be 11 points of damage, which is not enough to lower this guy. So
Really?
you are. Yeah, these guys have.
Level 2.
Actually, wait, no, that one took damage. Hang on. That one took damage.
I was gonna say these guys are unbeatable.
Nope, that one literally has 1 health left.
Nice.
But yeah, you can feel him like. He's getting really woozy. And then kind of he'll continue to sort of move down in this direction. And then over by Ensen, we'll have him just kind of reach out and knife you again. Sounds like the right thing to do. 8's probably a miss, so we're
Nope,
good
doesn't
there.
hit.
I have one more. I'm sorry. This guy right here, lambs down. I think he was gonna turn. Oh, there's not a good shot. I'll have him turn on Ensen since he's up there. 13.
Just barely beats me.
Oh.
Oh, that's a shame. But I will give you slight cover, though, as there is a person that you're kind of entangled with. So it's kind of shooting like through somebody. So it probably would be like a +2 to your defense at that point. So I think you're okay, actually.
Yeah, that would. I have
yeah.
12, so that'd be a 14.
Yeah, I think you'd be okay. I don't think it's fair to make it that simple. All right, that's the end of their round. It is now back to you all.
Okay.
Okay.
I roll and see what happens to my character.
Yeah, do you have the chart up? I have to pull up the
do.
chart. Okay,
So
go
it's
for
a
it.
charisma test.
Ooh.
wow.
I got
Oh.
21, which isn't actually even on the table.
Isn't it just 20 plus?
Oh, okay, it is. So,
Mhm,
okay,
that's what
so
I
this
thought.
is what happens. So 20 to 24 is battle him. Numinous presence blocks the killing blow and delivers a glowy, shiny blessing. Hero regains full life and gains advantage on all rolls for the remainder of the battle. Hero permanently
Wow.
gains 1 special ability.
Nice.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay. Now, don't you guys want to just die?
Dying.
yeah. Who wants
So-
to live forever? This is great.
So, Lamb, what did it look like when your satrap body now, like, kind of regains suddenly its health and form? What does that look like?
So the thing with the satraps is that they have this like suit that might be their skin and is just sort of this sort of like nebulous shape to it. And so I'm imagining that it was just sort of like deflating and just like deflating, getting small. And then just suddenly you see it just like puff back up again. And like Lamb is back.
Okay.
There's like a little whirring sound, and then you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Do you want to do something with your turn? As you look around, you see that you don't see Tango's bluey ghost anymore, and you see like one of the figures is like trying to climb up the bus to the other figure that's on top of the bus.
So I would be trying to run past that guy if I want to take, because I want to try to take control, because this is like a little gun thingy that's up top of the bus, right?
Well, the guy has a gun. Yeah, they all have guns.
It's just a guy on the bus with a gun.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not all that strong still.
You don't have to. You just describe something that you want to do. Like, you could do whatever you want. Like, this game's very, very open with that.
I'll just do my knife throwing.
Okay. Do you want to throw it at the guy climbing up, or do you want to throw it at the guy on top of the bus, who you see just kind of wobbling around?
The guy that looks almost down.
Okay. Yeah. Throw it.
And I get advantage on this now.
Yes, you do. So it's 2d20, and you take the higher.
So, and then I will add 6 to that. So
it's a hit no matter. It's a hit no matter what. Oh, that's a
rolled a
crit.
20.
That is a crit. Here's what, because you're going to kill him, no matter how much damage you roll, he only has 1 health left. We want something cool to happen with a crit. So we're going to say, like, just, you still have that spirit kind of coursing through you, and you throw this knife, and you just see it, the hilt just bangs right into the guy's face. It doesn't even stab him, it just gets the hilt, and it kind of crushes like the occipital bone down a bit, and bounces off like this ricochet and stabs right into the guy who's climbing up. So go ahead and roll your normal damage for the knife, and we'll put it towards the guy who's trying to climb up.
Nice.
So you're still getting double damage, but you're getting one of it's going towards the guy you take out, and then the other half will go here. So just roll normal damage.
All right, so D4 is 4.
Okay,
Nice.
yeah, that's
Wonderful.
really good. Excellent.
So cool.
And
Okay.
then I'm going to run to cover.
Okay, there's a bunch of trash around here that you could do it. You could run over by Teapot if you want, and you could probably, those are probably the 2 best places to go. It's up to you.
If I can make it by Teapot, that's
Yeah,
where I'd rather go.
it's all kind of abstracted. Like, I don't have grids for a reason. I don't want to overthink it. Okay, rest of you can still go.
Whew.
So the
Man.
dude that just ran up there, he's the one who just went down, or am I the dude that just went down?
You're the dude who just went down. You're fine. Like, but like the
Yeah.
body has like run at it. Like its life force is just like, oh well, whoopsie.
So now do you take over the big bad guy instead?
Yeah, I would just try and go soul juice him.
Okay, roll. Okay, so you move up. Roll your soul juice at disadvantage.
Okay.
He's got something.
Cool. It's just 2.
Just 220. Take the lower. That's
All right.
Just your normal soul juice roll, and then just take the lower.
All right, I got a 19. And I got an 8. So it's
An
an
8.
Yeah.
8 is not enough. Do you have any heroics you want to spend?
No, I used them all.
Yeah, as you try to get up onto him, and you try to like insert yourself, like the Dune movie, you see like this little force field around him, just kind of keep you away, and like as you try to get and like kind of absorb and bypass it, you just kind of get stuck and then pushed back out as you're floating around, and you just hear him like,
No ghost will take over me, you fiend.
some nonsense.
Nice.
Okay,
So,
so yeah, go ahead, man.
let's say that somebody was going to get shot in the back by his friend that he wasn't expecting, plus there was a ghost trying to come at him from in front. Is there a chance that would maybe give you a bonus to attack them?
Oh hell yeah! You want to shoot him? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, not me. I'm going to make his friend do it because he's already down in the awesome sniper position anyways.
Yeah, I would say we'll take a +4 on this.
Hooray.
Yeah.
Okay, so +4. And then should I be using my own skills? Because I'm making
Why don't
him
we
do
say,
it.
because you're controlling him to do it, why don't we
Yeah.
use your mental roll, like a mental roll for you, like whatever you're using to keep control, plus the 4
Okay.
bonus for him. We'll do it that way.
Okay, got
It's
it.
not just his
Alright.
physical ability, but it's your mental ability to kind of keep him focused on what he's doing.
Okay, let's do it.
Wow.
That is
Blam!
that is enough. That will hit. Okay.
I
So
said-
it's a D10. It's a D10 for that weapon.
Okay.
Okay. So you turn, you fire, and he's like, "Ah!" right in front of like Tango's face. You just see "Ah!" as he makes this horrible, like I just farted face, and he turns around and he looks like, "What is?" And then he sees the cat, and at that point he kind of pieces it together because like they know you all very very well, but you got the pop shot off for sure. Okay.
Yay.
Anything else you want to try to do? That was like one action. If there's something else you're thinking
You
of doing,
can't do 2 attacks, can you?
I don't recall if there's a limitation to it. I know you can just take 2 actions. Let me see. Combat actions. That's the wrong thing. You get 2 actions in your turn. Anything you can imagine that can be reasonably accomplished within the time frame of the fight is a valid actions. It doesn't say you can't shoot twice. So if you want to shoot twice, sure, yeah. You didn't move, so yeah. If you want to shoot twice,
I'll
for it, man.
double tap because I'm a good person.
Yeah. I'll say the second time around though doesn't get the +4 because he's now aware after the first shot.
Okay,
I
still
think that's
worth it.
fair. I think it's fair.
My
Still
God.
gonna hit, man. It's still gonna hit. Roll your damage. Oh, jeez.
wow. You're such a
That
good
is-
person.
That is a lot of damage that you just inflicted on him. But he, despite taking all that damage, kind of shakes his head a bit, kind of cracks his neck.
This could have gone peacefully if you would have only given us the cat.
Khalil,
Now
put some
you will
crossbow in him.
die.
Okay,
Oh,
roll.
be quiet. You're not even half the man your brother was. Hell, he's still up and kicking.
He looks over.
My brother is alive.
Of course he is, but you had to go and start all this nonsense. I don't even know if I want to tell you where he is now.
You will tell me where he is, or I will rip your head from your shoulders.
Funny thing, I can't talk without a head.
He kind of laughs.
We have ways of making you talk, even without a head.
6 will not be good.
That went
Unfortunately.
way wide. Probably didn't even
Fire again.
notice it.
You
can
can
fire
fire again.
Okay.
Yeah.
well,
I mean, it's
fire
2 actions.
again,
You haven't done
sure.
anything else.
Yeah.
Just checking your reload on that.
Probably still nothing.
12 still no good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we still got Ensen.
I'm really much
Teapot.
better at making coffee.
I
Ensign
want to
Teapot.
try and take out the guy next to me. So
Yeah, go for it.
I'll shrug. I'll put up my finger for a second as I pop his headphones in and click down on my track.
Okay.
And I'm going to play my spell for pectoral projection.
Yeah, you are.
And he starts
Oh,
flexing.
goodness.
His pecs pop out, and ghostly arms appear behind him. And I think they're just gonna go and strangle him.
Okay. Yeah. Strength is your spell casting ability. We've talked about this, so go ahead and roll a strength test. And did you pick Musclemancy as an ability or a skill?
Musclemancy is a skill, and I have an ability that lets me do it as strength.
Okay. Is this a spell or are you using like a special ability? Because a spell,
is a
remember, is a
spell.
life cost. Okay, so you have to use your life cost then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
Alright.
how much it costs.
The base cost should be 2, and it's like we're treating this like a level 2 or level what level spell, like relatively to like a D&D spell, would you consider this?
Probably like a 2 or a 3.
Okay, we'll say 2, so the cost is going to be 4. So it's 4, a combination of health / attributes to cast this.
Okay. He does that.
Okay, you don't roll for this, like you just did it. So
Okay.
yeah, so it's kind of the difference for it. So yeah, we haven't really cast this before. So describe what this looks like.
Well, he cast it one time before, but he was wielding a hammer. But he's a little more angry this time, so he wants to just strangle the guy. So basically, he's like flexing his chest out, and his pecs are just pumping crazily as these ghostly arms start floating around him and are able to grab onto things. So they're just gonna latch onto this guy's throat and start squeezing to try and pop his head.
You grab, and that's exactly what happens. The ghostly arms just reach around his head, and just like a tube of toothpaste being squeezed, the cap just pops right off. He just collapses to the ground into this hideous like pool of blood and cinnabar ash on the ground, as he is now no longer as well. Okay. Jesus. You killed him with your pecs. Okay. You want to move or anything?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start just charging towards the other guy. I don't have another like attack, but I'll move up.
That's fine. Yeah.
Barreling. He'll see me like sprinting with two sets of arms, one ghostly,
like
one real.
Goro from Mortal Kombat, just running across.
Yeah.
Teapot.
I mean, I got a really uninteresting turn for you because I'm basically just gonna shoot this guy a lot.
Oh, go for it, man.
That sounds wonderful.
You got two clear shots at him.
We'll just see if I actually.
Ooh.
Natural 20. That's gonna be double damage.
Yes.
So what do you normally rolling for damage with that?
A D8 because it's
roll
my land squid.
Okay, roll 2d8.
I'm like, get him.
Holy crap!
Yes.
Holy crap! Hang on.
I assume I'm just like pointing, and it's like.
He is still up.
Oh,
but you got a second shot.
What
You got
an
a second
asshole.
shot. As you're looking down from this dead body, Tango, and like you're hovering over top of this guy, you just see the squid peek out from behind this container. Like you don't even see Teapot; it's just the squid. And from it, pew pew, as these pew pews across. Go ahead and roll 1d8. You could kill him with this if you roll well, and that is enough.
Yes.
You had 38 health. That was 39 points of damage. So describe how this looks there, Dan.
Oh my gosh! Well, I assume it's just like just somewhere on him. I don't really care where, but
Okay. So Tango, you're watching as he's just like, and all of a sudden you like his eyes just, and like the shades fall out, and the pew pews come right out of his two beady little eyes, and he just kind of collapses onto the hood of the bus and just kind of slides down it, a streak of blood here and there. Oh boy. Okay. Everybody's
I want to make sure
gone.
he's still gasping. I want to make sure. You know, your brother never really respected you.
You're such a good person.
Never even
Okay.
mentioned you.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. So who is still alive? All right. Let's do next round. Melissa, roll a d6 plus your agility. And I'm actually gonna see. Sorry, you got I got a 6. You got a 9. You guys are first. You guys keep going. As they seem to be in shock that their leader here has fallen. What do you do? They haven't gone yet. I'm on their turns. I'm probably gonna do like a check to see if they stay in the fight or just flee. But like you guys got the jump on them.
they've got how did we get the jump on them? It's incredible.
They're stunned. Like all of them take a moment to look over and they see their lieutenant fall, and they're just stunned at that point, which gives you all the opportunity to get something else in. What do you want to do?
I'll go again if we want.
Yeah. So you can
kind of like climb up here and peek over, and then.
Yeah, there's 3 targets that are left. There's 2 that are in the towers, and there's 1 that's on the ridge off to the west. I think Ensen actually moved to that one, so let me move him. So you see Ensen running across the ridge towards one of these others, and then there's 2 more that are still up in the tower. You're pretty sure MSG has done some chicanery with the one that's on the road.
Yeah, I'll kind of like I don't know if I need to use an action to get in a position, but I'll kind of like move up to the side of this so I can see over it.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Where you're at, I'm giving you the corner thing. It's fine. There's no reason
Okay.
to.
I was just gonna go
Think it.
pop this guy here.
Yeah, go ahead. Pop him twice. I'm gonna give him, because he's elevated, I'm gonna give him a small bonus to his defense. But yeah, go for it.
Let me add a d6 to that. Not quite. Or
13 will not be enough because of the elevation. If you have another d6, you want to roll that.
I do.
That's good. Yeah,
Ooh.
you got it.
Okay. All right. Oh gosh.
Oh Jesus! As you get a beautiful shot.
Amazing.
And he's like looking down, trying to track, seeing they're all kind of stunned right now at the falling of their captain. You want to take a second shot?
I sure
'Cause
do.
You didn't really move, so yeah.
Dang.
Not gonna do it.
That
Still,
one's
it's
gonna
pretty
go
good.
wide.
Yeah, it's good. It's half his health. Rest of you.
Can Lamb kind of get up and do the same thing?
Sure. Are you throwing a knife though?
Yeah.
You'll probably have to move. I think you might
Okay.
want to spend an
I'll
action
come up
moving.
to here.
Yeah, that works for me. And then you're
Okay.
just trying to throw upwards as best you can. It's not a perfect tower. It's all in rubble and shit. So
So still advantage because we're still in the battle. I got another crit.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Wow.
roll your damage twice. Oh, you know what I keep forgetting to do is that accelerator die.
That's a 3 because that's
Okay.
a D4. So
All right, 3 points of damage.
can I use a heroic for this?
For the damage, you know what? Just go ahead and do it. Yeah, it's fine with me.
Alright.
I don't remember if you can or not, but that sounds cool.
I got a 1. That's fair. I got greedy.
All right.
So it'd be 2d4, right? Or...
It's a a heroic's a D6, so you just roll a D6.
Oh. I figured that was cheating because it's only a D4 damage. So.
No, just roll a D6. It's fine. I mean, you're burning it. It's a currency for a reason, so I don't care.
Okay, so that's 7 total.
That will be enough. As you and you manage to just kind of like thread the knife right through these different rafters, and it just kind of catches them right in the gut, and they just fall down, slam on the ground. Okay. Who's next? I think Khalil still's got to go. I think Ensen's got to
Sure.
go.
Well.
Tango, I think's got to go.
Yeah.
I was running towards the one. I'll play that out.
Yeah, go for it, man.
So I don't have enough health to cast another spell, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna run at him, and right before I get to him, I'm gonna jump and try and kick him with both of my feet in his chest and neck, and my actual arms are just gonna fold, and his ghostly arms are gonna do like a karate style like
Okay.
pose.
Are you trying to kick
as
him
I'm
off the ridge?
Yes. I'm
Okay,
trying to
yeah.
kick him like over that because I couldn't tell, was that like sandbags or was that like an elevation?
Yeah, it's a ridge. Like they're literally on
Okay.
a ridge. Yeah, yeah. It's,
Okay.
It's about
yeah,
10
I wanted
feet.
to kick him over that.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll
So-
say take a +2 because he's stunned still at why, like, because he was like,
Sweet.
you know, what happens. Take a +2 to this, and then if you succeed, you'll get an extra D6 as he falls. So you do your normal damage plus a D6 if you are
Okay.
successful.
Nice. Oh gosh.
24.
Okay. Roll your normal, the normal damage that we were doing for your meleeing plus another D6.
Okay. I think since it's unarmed, it's just D6 then, or because it's like a kick?
Yeah, just roll 2 D6s. That's good. That's good.
Okay.
9 points of damage.
All right.
He falls down. Okay, so he falls down. He's lying prone as he fell. He just fell.
And then with my second action, I'm going to just elbow him off the edge.
Give him the people's elbow.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh gosh, you're gonna drop down. Yeah, do it. It's great.
All right.
It's great. Roll the same thing.
Okay.
Coming
Yeah.
off the top rope.
Oh wait, I need to roll to see if I hit. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll save that damage if you're successful though.
Okay.
Oh
I
no.
have one more heroic to
Okay.
re-roll that.
Okay.
Add
Yeah.
a D6.
Well, he can reroll. We gotta get into
Another
that.
24.
Declaring the advantage at a
Wow.
time. All right, that'll be
Okay.
good. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll Okay, yeah. So you drop down right on their head, and you just kind of cave the forehead in a bit. Just a little bit. Just enough, though, you know?
Oh,
Tango,
amazing.
you're still up. Khalil, I think you still have to go. I
Yeah.
think the two of you.
I wanted to see
I've
what.
gotta- yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was and myself as
and-
well.
Oh, that's right, because you shot in the previous round. Sorry, yeah, the three of you.
So
Whatever, Roderick.
it looks like there's just the one dude, right?
It's
Yeah.
just the one dude in the left
I
tower.
soul
I'd
juice
lo-
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you got one action to get to him because you can float through the air, no problem. And then you can go ahead and roll your attack against its defense for your soul juicing. Oh yeah, that's plenty
Oh my
good.
gosh.
You have
Nice.
soul juice the last one.
You're such
Oh
good
my-
people.
Okay. Wow. Okay. It started so bad when Lamb just got taken out, and then it just
Yeah.
boy, that
Well,
tide turned.
Tango got zapped. Lamb got
Yeah.
taken out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. All right. So we can keep doing stuff. So MSG, Khalil, like you look around, everyone's either dead or taken over. So MSG, you have one in control. Khalil, you watched as Tango floated over to the second tower and kind of just wrapped itself around the other guy. And you look around, you don't see any other live active targets. What do you want to do, Khalil and MSG?
Well, I think I'm going to go and check out what kind of weapons the big guy had.
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
So you run over to him and you start going through his stuff. You find I never even got to use it. I'm so sad. You find his gun is what is it? I don't know where it's at. Hang on. The real fancy thing is his chainsword. It's an Emerald City chainsword. So basically, this is a versatile sword. You can one-handed, it's 1d10. Two-handed, it's 2d8. And it decapitates on a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Assuming the target actually has a head. It might not. In the UPG, there's a 50-50 chance it doesn't.
Oh
But
my
yeah.
god.
Yeah, I never even got to use it. That's the sad part.
I'm okay with that.
But that's the big thing. His gun is normal. There's nothing special. I'll
Somebody
get the
will.
specific stats for that.
Oh my lord.
But yeah, that's
Somebody
the
will use it
that's the
someday.
big thing, Khalil. As you see this, it's like the hilt has got these beautiful kind of emeralds sitting in it. This thing's probably worth a decent chunk. It's got a very nice grip. But the sword itself, it's got this wonderful kind of greenish metal, but then the blade around it, covering it, there's like a chain just kind of coats it. You hit like there's a little switch on the hilt that you hit, and then you hear as much like a chainsaw. It just turns on.
Amazing.
Okay. And you also find another small thing on him as well, Khalil, is a small little light focusing crystal assembly, which is basically something that could start fires. So it's a nice little,
Cool.
tiny little item.
Well, I'll hand the big beefy sword to the Musclemancer. It's like, this looks like a lumberjack sort of man should have.
Probably looks like a toy in your hands now. I think you're muted, Joe.
I said I'll start dusting the guts of the guy just landed on off of me and take it. I'm like, this looks great. You guys
So-
came for me.
Of course we did. I'm sad that you ever doubted us.
Well, not doubted, but went better than I expected.
How did they get the drop on you though?
Well, I was asleep and I don't remember.
It's
Wow.
just the, lesson to learn is just don't sleep.
Don't sleep.
I'm gonna try that next time.
That would be good.
I've got a pill that helps with that.
Or higher cards.
My eyelids are the only part of my body that don't have muscles.
Now it's strong enough to keep them open.
Yeah.
Now I'm just imagining you doing like
Yeah.
exercises.
Eyelid curls or whatever.
You're just gonna.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I guess we can loot some people. And is this like a fancy vehicle that they have back here?
It is. It's not fancier than what you have, but you could take it. Yeah.
I mean,
So, okay, let me go through the loot. But yeah, you can take it.
plus we got bodies to feed to our bussipede.
Do nice.
You do, in fact. So you have. Okay, so basically, all of them are carrying heavy crossbows. So it's a big crossbow, D10 for damage. All of them are wearing nomad robes, which is light armor +1. All of them are carrying scimitars, which is a D6 weapon. You do find some golden caltrops, which are fairly nice. And
Are we able to recover whatever protective thing
The
guy had on him?
anti-ghost field.
yeah, that's what I was just getting to. I can't remember what I called it. I don't find the number, but yeah, basically it's a tiny little contraption right on his belt that hits a button, and basically once like you get a certain amount of time, and so you basically have like an hour's worth of it per day, and you can kind of turn that on, and it just essentially causes anybody who tries to take over you, like mind control, infect you, ultras, ghosts, etc. It's just a disadvantage roll against you, and that's basically what it is. But it's not an armor. It's not a piece of armor. It's just a little contraption you wear on your belt. I had this whole like belt buckle thing I was gonna do with like him, and like it was gonna be like a wrestling thing, but then he kicked his ass. So, but yeah, it's a fancy belt buckle.
Good.
I think that's it for all like the fancy stuff.
Okay.
Now, what do you
I
do
wonder
with
who
the
would be
two?
best for that belt buckle.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that, Joe.
So I wonder who would be best to have that belt buckle out of all this.
Up to you
Like,
guys.
not me, man. Like, I don't even have a waist.
Yeah. I already have the thick skull skill to resist against that, so
Would probably
someone that doesn't
be
have anything.
maybe Khalil or
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Say, Khalil, you met some people that might appreciate a fine specimen, correct?
Well, yeah, I suppose. But I really like this thing that starts fires.
Oh no, I mean this is a manly man that we've just slain. The rest, I mean, surely we need to feed the caterpillar, but let's donate the manly man to science. We'll call him Crackers too.
You know, they did say something about him causing them problems. They might even pay for his corpse.
And
Let's take him back.
Yeah, man. I'm
I
good
do
with
like
that.
the way you think. Do I? Yeah, I think I do.
So yeah, the
we're
purple
practically heroes at this point.
the purple ace body snatchers will take dead bodies, which is different than the poly body labs. That's different. They want live bodies. So like that's
Well,
the
we've
big
got
difference.
one here, man.
Technically, two.
I was just
Yeah,
thinking
me
that
too.
my contact had said something
We took
about
over
this
two of
guy
them.
causing them problems. So, you know,
Mhm.
maybe cut a deal. Say, you know, if someone were to take care of that problem for you, what it would be worth to you?
That's a fair point. Yeah. Okay.
And
okay.
then having already taken care of it, we
Here's
cashed
your
in on the
proof.
payment.
Have a body.
It's food for the bus too. Don't forget about that. By the way, you
Yeah.
do have to feed it. Okay. So are we saying then that you're what do you want to do with the bodies? Like the living bodies. There's two live ones left.
I think nameless mooks equal food, and then Crackers 2, Electric Boogaloo, we try to negotiate a deal for.
So all the dead guys go into the bus. You keep the
Except for the
ones that
boss.
are controlled.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two living dudes we should sell to Bert's friends.
we could do that. We also should interrogate them, find out some
Yes.
information.
I'm good
Okay.
with that too.
I mean,
We'll
these
start
guys are well
stacking the dead
equipped.
bodies
They-
on like my ghostly arms and
Yeah.
my real arms.
I mean, they
Carrying them.
probably have a fortress of some sort that we can loot.
And I'd still like to take their vehicle with us in case there's parts or something we can salvage off of it, maybe.
Yeah, I'll get you the stats for that. It's basically a fairly standard like auto golem wagon. But basically slight adjustments to its defenses because it kind of looks like something in a Mad Max, basically.
Yeah, or we could have some of our porters or people like that drive around in it with us.
Okay. So you interrogate them, right? So you're sitting there asking what kind of questions are you asking them?
Who sent you?
Man, this is all you, Khalil.
Where did they get all this tech from?
Yeah. Where's your base? Where'd you get the tech from? Why did he want MSG so badly?
They wanted MSG so badly because MSG, the cat,
Spits in MSG's direction.
is the one who stole his brother from the family, from the clan. We know what you did. We know what your people can do.
Spits again. And then he
we're
says,
next to his
Doing
feet.
that, we're just
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
make sure to take off his shoes, and then
Oh, no,
pick up a hairball on his feet.
no, come on, that's too far. Too far.
I'm just petty.
and then your other question is like,
Where did we get these things? We are in a vast expanse. There are many, many treasures buried beneath the surface, within the mausoleums and the ruins of yesteryear. That is where we found them. As for our fortress, I will never tell you that.
Okay. We're gonna try a little something here. I'm gonna take some tools because I am a doctor. And I'm gonna just have stick something in his mouth and crank it so that his mouth is wide open. Hey, MSG, why don't you take a piss in this guy's mouth over here?
Oh gosh.
It's a special kind of waterboarding. It adds humiliation to the whole drowning.
Well, I mean,
He's got a really big bladder. I mean, you sure you don't want to talk?
I mean, I drank all of that wine to deal with the plans from before. I do have standards.
So we need to get you drunk first?
I mean, here's the thing: you could talk to him. Or I could just take over you, and you'll become a shell of yourself. You'll never return to yourself ever again because I won't let you. It's terrible either way, but at least right now you're still you.
Loosen his jaw just a little bit.
Whatever you can do to me is nothing. Nothing so bad as what I would feel if I were to betray my people.
No. Oh, okay. Take his hand and just feed it to the machine.
Just slowly start feeding him to the bus.
Yeah, just start with his hand, feed it to the bus.
he just stares at you guys. You can tell it hurts, but he's trying so hard not to show weakness. The whole time.
All right. All right, that's fine. I mean, we know people that will take bodies, and I'm sure.
Crackers, why don't you come here and help us out?
You see this happy skeleton just galloping towards you.
Crackers, it's your friend. Give him a hug.
Kind of looks at him, and he's like, he reaches down, starts giving him a hug. Oh goodness, terrible people.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you get the feeling they're not going to tell you, like, they're not going to portray their people. They'll give you a little bit of info about why they did it and that type of thing. But you don't get the sense that by just standard torture that they're going to give up that. Like, that doesn't seem like there might be other ways to weave into a person's mind and pull memories out. But unless somebody knows somebody who can do that, and it's probably not something that's done very often, but you don't think that just physical torture is going to get that info out of him.
Well,
Yeah.
do your body snatching people do that sort of stuff?
Well, we should find out.
You would know that they do not. What you're talking about is a much different Mancy that is not necessarily considered.
Who's what about that queen
But, oh.
person that was with us?
You don't know you don't have the queen anymore.
That's
The
right.
queen joined with the other two parts of your megapede bus, and they burrowed into the center of the earth together.
Yeah, to do good things, I'm sure.
Thelma and
right.
Louise
I remember that
down
now.
to the center of the earth. It's my 4th Thelma and Louise reference in a week.
Well, maybe we just go ahead and take these guys and have crackers just for the ones that we don't want to control ourselves. Just go ahead and finish feeding them to the busts.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
So
do
one
we
by
want to
one.
keep any of them?
What?
I mean, do we want
You
to
wanna
keep
keep
any of them?
Listen, man, I don't need them.
I mean, we could sell them.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm curious. The one that I've got, the one that's my friend. Hello there. Would you like to tell us about the fortress? Clearly, we could stay there together a while. It'd be like a fun little summer home.
And you've like rescinded control of him? So
No,
that he
like
can
the
speak
one
to
that
you,
I
or-
did control earlier. I'm curious if the guy
Okay.
who's already charmed, so to speak.
Okay. Roll a thought test. Or no, roll a charisma test. Let's see the strength of your personality. Let's see if you can use this to kind of get him to confess something.
Because it's a little bit more than just being friendly.
21. Okay.
I want to do this right in front of the other guy too, so he can see the other guy.
He's getting fed
Right.
in. And he's looking
You see
over.
how pointless that was. But man, your song was
Oh.
amazing.
He turns back to you. If I tell you, will you let me free?
Of course I will. We're friends after all.
We do not have a fortress. We have a very, very powerful caravan that moves about the wastes. It is never in one place, constantly moving. I know not where it is right now. That is the truth. I swear to you.
No, that's completely fair. You know what? You've earned yourself a nap. Why don't you just crawl on into the bus there?
But you said I could go free.
Of course. Yes. Actually, you know what? Yes.
He kind of gets up. Thank you. And slowly starts like very warily backing away. Kind of looking at you guys as he does. Thank you. Kind of bowing. Thank you. Thank you. And then finally turns around and starts to run. Does anyone do anything?
I mean, you should always leave one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, oh, that's the wrong character altogether. Yeah, man, like they'll tell our story and like, yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll
I'm
say
ashamed
you.
of myself.
Yeah. You guys are bad people. So you guys collect all your stuff, all your loots. You head back to the Poison Citadel, and as well, we'll go ahead and leave off for tonight, having regained Ensen, having taken care of these jackals sent after you for what you did to Crackers. So why don't we do a closing roundtable, see where everybody is this week. Joe, you've got something going on Friday this week. What are you doing, man?
I do. I am running the first playtest of a game system I'm making. Started out as like a port of Heart, and now it's barely that. It's kind of become its own thing. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll be doing that.
Very cool.
Sure.
Very, very cool. Friday, you said, right? Over on DOK channel.
Yeah,
Links
Friday
That's
on our
pretty-
channel. Yeah.
Perfect. Melissa, what are we doing tomorrow night?
So we are going to be on the Sirenscape channel, where Matt is running us through Call of Cthulhu: The Mound.
Matt? Who's Matt?
Matty
Old
Two Arms.
Matty Two Arms. Come on now.
That's
Bert, what are you doing this week?
Hey, on twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder, we're doing first edition Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow, and BX on Friday, and this Sunday is Gamma World second edition.
Okay, perfect. Chuck, what else are the defenders up to?
Oh my gosh. Wednesday, we'll be rocking out some Pathfinder second edition, seeing how Jeff's new dog is doing. And also there's a giant kaiju fight. So it's great. Friday, like Joe said, we're kicking off his thing. And then Saturday, we'll be over on Goodman Games Official, continuing on the Crypt of the Devil Lich.
Awesome. Jeremy, what are you doing?
I mean, just trying to survive. You know, we got the DOK thing on Wednesday. Pathfinder is gonna be fun, and then just waiting for you to murder us horribly in Montana on Thursday.
Yeah, I mean that's part of that's correct. I think it's Idaho, but yeah, more or less. Yeah, could be Montana. It's pretty
The
close.
important thing is I know you're gonna kill us.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, I'm not.
He is.
Details.
Beings doing my will. Will kill you. And then Dan, you got anything you want to add?
Nothing too exciting. Just playing in our games. Come check out our Discord for. I mean, all of us are in it.
Yeah.
Check out our memes. Chat about the episodes. Hang out.
Sounds good. And then for the rest of the stuff that we're doing this week here on our channel, Friday we're going to be doing Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. You can come back for that. And Saturday we're starting up a new game. We're going to give One Ring Second Edition a try. So come check that out. And Jeremy already mentioned Thursday with over on the Garblight Games channel where we're playing through Viscid. And next Monday we'll be back to Alien. In 2 weeks, we'll be back for more UVG. Thanks to everyone who hung out. Thanks to all of you that were watching this crazy battle just turn completely. And thank you to Captain Karayan. He's the one who kind of orchestrated or kind of got the ball rolling on this little encounter with Seagal. And so if you're mad at anybody, don't be mad at me. Be mad. All right. Have a good night. We're going to go ahead and raid somebody, so just hang tight, and we'll find you something else to watch for the rest of the night. So, bye-bye.